Namaste, my friends. Pavel Kalagin with you today, yoga teacher in in tradition of the Swami Sivananda, the great teacher of the old times. Yeah, for me at least. Yeah, he wrote about 300 books. He did so much for the world, for the people. He was a doctor also, and his students opened many ashrams. I lived in these ashrams for a while. I had I had teachers, and I have teacher by the system of Shivananda. His name is Premasara Shivananda. So I am initiated on tradition by mantra, and my spiritual name is Sankara. So, but I'm not fanatical, I'm not part of any organization or something. I don't like to judge, to criticize, to argue, to push you, force you, to do any brainwash. It's a free video, like from heart to heart, from soul to soul. I'm just sharing my own experience. Yeah, usually I do this start before video, before the topic, like who is watching my videos like all the time, you can skip it. It's pretty much pretty much the same. But for the people who never saw me, it's polite to do. It's a good thing. I don't know when, where, and who's gonna see this video. Today is July 2021. I'm in Brooklyn in my little ashram. It's in here comes people to me, students, mostly private lessons. I'm not watching at the camera all the time because my vision is not so good. I'm so old, so meditative person. I can stop a little. I'm not preparing myself too much. I like a live video, but I know the topic what I'm gonna speak, of course. So English, my second language. I came here about 32 years ago for now. I can feel language and stuff, but anyway, it's difficult to find words to explain very difficult topics about spirituality, even for people who knows English well. So what about today? Yeah, I have a website. It's a Russian language, but you can translate it over there. Like it's a big translator. The program 162 languages it can do. So you can use it. Even big companies using it. It's encyclopedia, yeah, of yoga. The big site, 300-400 pages. Many gurus help me to do that. Also, I'm publishing the books. You can download it and read it from this site. It's gonna be down like down the video, above the video, below. I mean below the video. The name of the site, pavelkalagin.yoga.com, and the book is gonna be like on the top, book of Pavel Kalagin, absolutely free. The Essence on the Altar of Love, that's the name of it. The Essence on the Altar of Love. That's my main book, but not the only one. That's the book with phrases, the spiritual phrases, with yoga, vedanta, way. It's about 7,000 in the book. It's a big book, so I have plenty of them, 10,000 maybe. So it's not that I'm saying I'm talented or something. It just comes to me, and I'm not trying to be better than you or smarter than you or trying to live, trying to tell how to live your life or something. And no, it's even if when I do recommendations, like it's I'm just sharing, and I want you not to do mistakes I did. I suffered a lot, so and I saw many things in life, love, meditations, gurus, many situations. So I'm just sharing. Yeah. So, but anyway, I have a few platforms also. In here on YouTube, you can see many other videos, like many other topics, lines, playlists. Yeah, it's about philosophy, about meditations, about relaxation, food, about diet, about some interviews with gurus, about exercise, asanas, pranayamas, and many others. Philosophic videos. So, and I put my sutras on Facebook, on Instagram, so welcome. You're gonna see it below the video, so do comments. It's very important to do, not because it's like I want too much likes, like in Russian platforms I have a lot of likes, so it's not so necessary. I'm just trying to help, and I enjoy it. So put your comments. It's good for other people. Like sometimes you can change people's life when you saying something, you're helping. When you send what do you think about that and this, so or this and that, yeah. I studied yoga about 38 years, I think, from childhood, and I teach about 30 years, so a long time ago. Yeah, and also, yeah, I think pretty much this is it. And today I want to give you, it's the video about recommendations, health recommendation, well-being recommendations from Pavel Kalagin, yeah, from me. So the first one, the video not connected to each other, and recommendations not connected to each other either. So it's just separate ones, and could be any order, like it's not a system. So the first one I already spoke about a little bit, about video about mantras, and video about God and Goddess, about Brahman, about Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, about creation of the world, about relaxation, about karma, about reincarnation. So you're gonna see this video in here, you're gonna find them here. Yeah, and my first recommendation to the Western people, don't jump right away into the not to jump, but just from my experience, into the God and Goddess Hindu world, because it's up to million God and Goddess. So some of them real, they exist in the different dimensions. Some of them made by mind, some of them made by mind, but sometimes mind so powerful, and this fantasy could materialize. So actually the mind made some worlds and dimensions, and even God and Goddess, and they started to exist, becoming to exist. So some of them live long, some of them not. So, but it's and it's many dimensions I would say, in galaxies, can in God's creation. Yeah, and a lot of different kind of living beings. Human we have like on Earth, but it's on any planet. We just don't see it. First of all, the planet, it's the body of some god or goddess. So it's but 8 millions. That's how the Vedic culture saying. Different kind of forms living in any dimensions, bad and good, and any devis, asuras, angels, if you know it by that. So enlightened people already in different dimensions, rishi, jnani, yeah, holy people. Yeah, so and if you didn't grow up in the tradition, it's very hard to pick up, to understand all this huge Vedic culture way about the god and goddess. So you should be by 100, even 1,000 of years to be in it, Of course, you can pick up the God with the good guru, and to pray with it. It calls Ishta Devata, the personal God. So it's nothing wrong with that. It's a special techniques. It's a special devotions. It's like bhakti yoga, like Krishna people. So it's nothing wrong with that. But it's not that simple as you think. Before you, like, if you're already a spiritual person, if you like to find out something about esoteric world, about spirituality, about mystical things, meditations, yoga, vedanta, it's better to read a lot about God and Goddess before you, because some of them are just energies, it's principles, and people just just made it by mind, like, to explain, like, usual people, simple people, how it works, how the energy works. But it's actually, it might not exist, but it might exist, so it's you need many lives to study it. So why I'm speaking on that, so my advice actually, it's be natural, listen for your heart, don't be fanatical about it. It's not just one Jesus or Allah or something like that, like pretty simple to follow. It's not easy, but pretty simple in a way. It's understandable by mind. But this one, the Hinduism and yoga, it's not a lot of things, like, nothing to do with logic, they're not about logic, it's about meditation. It's different kind of thing. So it's you're not gonna study it like in college, some things. You can know the names, you can no like you can study it in college, but really to get connection with God, or to make it like sadhana, real spiritual way to God. In Vedic culture, it's not that simple. So be very careful, read a lot, think a lot, and do it with good teachers, pandits. It means like people who knows it like very well, like Hindu people, Brahmans, real gurus. Just listen to them and stay to them, because they into tradition. Some of them might be like 5,000 years. So it's by yourself, very rare that some god or goddess comes to you. Very rare, almost never. But if you want to get connection with God, by bhakti yoga, yoga of devotion, not with the special exercises, meditation, you need a guide. You should know how to read mantras, how to how to feed gods, how to do rituals. The arati I recommend, very good ritual to connect with God and goddess. So you should ask real pujari. Puja, it's like when you please gods, give the food and many other things. It calls prasad. So in Hinduism it's still complicated, so before you don't do any by yourself any things like, oh, I know that and know that, too soon. You should study a lot and think a lot and meditate a lot before you're gonna understand some principles. It's metaphysical things over there, very difficult. So I want you to be realistic about that. Don't jump to it without responsibility, I would say. Yeah. And another thing, I know it's not connected at all to God and Goddess. I told you it's gonna be a little difference. I wanna give you some few health advices. I'm sitting right now. That's a good advice. Some people wants to get rid of second chin, it's it's a lot of war in here sometimes when you're getting old. It's very easy to do. I'm doing it, and it's very helpful. It's extremely I give only things I went through and what is working, and not obvious ones who everybody knows. So you put your fist on this, and with your tongue push your bottom in your mouth, like that. Yeah, you push in the tongue and keep the fist here, and it goes up and down, up and down. Don't open your mouth. You can breathe normally. So you can repeat it many times, few times a day, by 20, 30, things like that. And it's very helpful. Also very good thing to do, I'm sitting now, to get rid of bad air, like from the lungs, from the bottom of the lungs, and to do massage to your liver and to your spleen. You just, when you sit, you just go down to your right leg, like bow, like that. Just bend yourself to the right, and you're gonna see, like, just touch with your body, with your stomach, and the right leg. And do the same to the left. Yeah, I'll try to show it to you if it's possible. It's like that. You're down, see on the right side, and then on the left side. You see? Yeah. It's very, very good one. Yeah, just go on the right, and very important to exhale through the mouth. Few times on the right leg, few times on the left, and you're gonna see the relief. The your organs will work much better. So it's like you're massaging each side, even stomach. It's very practical one. I like it a lot. And one thing I wanted to tell you, two things. It's good to know. When you get boiled water, it's good for tea, to make especially herbal tea and stuff. But it's not exactly good to drink it after, when it's even cold. People in some places, when the water is really dirty and stuff, like it's bacteria, a lot of bacteria, and then you have filters they pour, they just boiled it and they drink this water. That's understandable. But if you have filters, if you have normal water, try not to do this, because the water changes the structure, changes the structure of the water. So it's different kind of water, not that much. It's kind of heavy water. It's no bacteria in there. It's true. It's clean. But it's not easy water to take by your body. It's heavy water. So try not to do that if it's absolutely necessary. And another thing, especially in the United States, we have nets from mosquitoes and flies, nets on the windows. So if it's possible also, don't put these nets, because the holes in the net so small. And my teacher told me that he was he passed away already, but he was math teacher, and he was a scientist. Like he knew about this a lot, about metaphysical stuff and chemistry. Yeah, so and he knew that for sure. When the air goes through this net, it's a different kind of air. It's changing the structure also, like you boil the water. It's not gonna kill you, of course, but it's different kind of oxygen. It's not the same like it's coming just through open window, just like that, without net, because it's a metal thing, and oxygen, air connected to making connections with the I would say the metal, whatever it is, the net made from, kind of metal, yeah. And in the room it's already different. it's less oxygen and different kind of air, less quality. So if you don't have mosquitoes, like if you can't use it, if you like, if it's possible in your house not to use nets, it's better not to. If you wanna get real fresh air, just open the window, like with nothing in between. Of course AC it's bad, but we have to, when it's 100 degrees, we have no choice. But from AC, of course, it's pretty much not healthy air we have. No, it's almost no oxygen. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, it's a little bit strange video today. We went through holy thing from God and Goddess, but it's mostly not about that. It's mostly about you, like to be reasonable with that, so to understand what you're dealing with. Yeah, and we mix it with some health advices. Why not? I don't see why not. We didn't do anything bad, right? So stay healthy, be reasonable, and namaste. I'll see you next time.